Steven, KC3DSO, and I'm camping in Cunningham Falls State Park in Thurmont, Frederick County, Maryland. I have my Go Box set up, portable station set up, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick video tour of how I've got it set up. I set it up yesterday, and I've been working Winmor in Barra last night and today. But I did have a slight problem, which I will explain to you here in just a little bit. Something that I never encountered before. So first thing, since I'm already standing in the woods, I'm going to go over the antenna. Here's the campsite, and there's my brother, Robert, KC3DST. So this is the antenna. As you can see, the feed point is right there. One leg, it's a quad band link dipole. One leg is running down here, which I'll show you here when I get on the other side. The other leg is running down there into the pucky weeds, down this way. So this is a quad band, so it's got you know, the little alligator clips to section off the bands, as you can see there and there. But it's fully connected now because I've been running 80 the whole time since I got here on 80 meters. So this is Arborhurst slick line, and it's here, and it's in that tree up there, that tree limb, and I threw it up with one of those 8-ounce weight bags. First shot over the limb, drops down. I simply untie the weight bag, tie on the feed point with the ballon, and it's got a little bit of coax built into the antenna. It's about 30 feet, and that's what I have running from there into my Go Box, which is inside the screen house. So the other leg, it is a pretty good size antenna. This is the one made by Sota beams, and they say that best height is about 20 feet, but I run it between 20 and 25, and I get very good results out of it. The other end is here, as you can see. There's one of the clips there. So that's the 20, 30, 40, and of course when you have it done, it runs all the way down to 80 here. So the ends are probably about 3-4 feet off the ground maybe here. And this antenna comes with the winders, everything you need to hook this thing up. I checked this with my antenna analyzer, and the 80 was resident, but this is unclipped here all the way down. So it's resident at about, I think it was 3580 or 3590, right in the digital where I wanted to be. So it's worked out very well. So the feed point is coming down here, and it's real thin. I think it's 178 or something coax, and it runs here into the back of the box. So the front of the box, oh, it's March 30, I think it's March 30 or 30 or 31st. Here it's a Saturday, and there's mosquitoes everywhere. It's terrible, terrible. So I had to throw up the screen house when I really wasn't planning on it, which is okay. This works pretty good. This is a military mat that I use for parking my butt on. So this is the front of the box here. So I have a Panasonic TF-30 Tough Book. It's running through my 12-volt adapter into the 12-volt plug here. I have USB ports here. This is a Kenwood TM-D710G, which of course will do GPS, and it's also a packet station, so I can send and receive packet data. 2 external speakers, and the heart of the real system for HF is the FT-857D. Have an external meter, and of course there's a speaker for the 857D, and there's a speaker here for the Kenwood. The MFJ, this is the one with power poles on the back. So I have 2 sets of power poles on the back. So it's got a set of binding posts, which is really nice. And of course, you can hook up anything here if you need to really quickly. If you have something you need to charge or something like that, it's really handy. The Signalink is inside of here, and of course I have a YT100 LDG tuner for the radio. The tuner gets the power from the radio. The mic jacks are extended with a little bit of Cat 5 and a coupler here and here, and of course I have mic clips for both of them, which I need to put this one back in. So this works pretty good as far as Winmor. So I got a couple of emails here and I need to send one back here in just a couple of minutes. But let me slide around to the other side. Oh, well, let me tell you the problem here. At Winter Field Day, I dropped my hub that I had inside the back that I had all my USB devices plugged into, and the case broke and it just wasn't working like I thought it should, so I replaced it with a different hub. And I used it a few weeks ago for an American Red Cross thing and it worked just fine. I had no problem with it whatsoever. But today I'm having all sorts of problems with it. I could not get the Signalink to key the radio. And of course, one of the main things they tell you on the Signalink website is if you have one of the things that could solve a failure to key is in fact having it plugged into the hub. So the first thing you should do is unplug it and plug it into the computer directly. And if you can get it to key there, then you know your problem is inside the hub. So that's exactly what I did, and it solved the problem 100%. So there's something wrong with the hub. It's a brand new hub. It's one of those multi-translator, MTT, so it's multi-translation translator hubs, and it's powered. It won't work, or nothing will work if there's no power going to it, but it worked before and I don't know why I'm having a problem with it now. So I need to investigate this with another hub, or the answer is just simply plug that one cable into the back of the radio with the cable for the hub, and that still leaves one USB port open for me to use USB keys, which is what I want to do. That's my plan to, when you're doing exercises and incidents, is to get messages either from the supported unit, the served agency, is on a USB key. So you have to have some kind of port open to do that. Now with the hub inside, it had 6 open ports, which is more than what I needed. So with one of them being open, I went ahead and stuck in a spare 64 gigabyte USB key in there. So now I have onboard storage inside the box as well. So let me slide around to the other side here and I'll show you. But oh, here, one more thing. The front of the inside of the case, I keep a bag for the for the microphones, and there's a wiring diagram for the 857D, and this is the roll-up Dipole bag with a bunch of adapters. These all stay in the lid. This is the lid that goes onto the back of the box. The other lid, which has nothing in it because the knobs and stuff, it has to put the lid on here that has nothing in it, because if you put something in it, it won't physically fit. I probably could have moved these back a little bit, but this is physically mounted on top of the tuner with an L bracket. It's in there. See, it's in there very well. So, but what the good thing about this system is I can slide this. Whoops, I just changed that by mistake. There we go. So I can slide this off, push the button on the 857 head and slide this off, and I could take the head off of here if I need to make a station over here, or I could do the same thing with the 857. I'm sorry, the D710. I can tilt this forward, and all I do is hit the button in the back here, and I can slide this off and move it over here to create another station as well if need be. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility here, the way this is set up. This is my first kit, and I'm hoping to maybe rearrange some stuff later. I just got a Pactor modem, and I'm thinking about maybe taking out this speaker, sliding this over a little bit to the left, and maybe putting the Pactor in there, but I haven't really decided yet. It's something I need to go back and forth on, because I can see me using a Pactor modem without the box. There's been a couple of instances where the box is a little bit big, physically won't fit, so there's been several times with that. I'm not going to go through them, but it is a pretty good sized box. It weighs about just under 50 pounds. It's about 48 pounds, so it weighs less than my Honda EU 2000 generator. So this whole thing can run off of a battery very, very easily. I have a 20 amp hour battery, and I was hoping to show it to you today, but we got out and did some hiking, and as you can see, it's almost dark. We didn't get back in time to mess with the solar stuff. So I'm going to do another video with that. I'll set up the whole station again somewhere else and have one of those new power film solar panels. So let me go ahead and get around back here, and I'll be right back in a minute, and I'll show you how the back panel is set up. So what I've got here is one of the power strip things, and this thing is I could flick one switch on and it activates everything inside that requires power, whether it be the hub. There's also inside some of those Y adapters, the power supply. Everything is coming off of just this one cable here. So all I have to do is run this one cable, and I have multiple outlets here that I can do, and it works out pretty well. So the this thing is switched here, and then I've got a USB port here for running a cell phone or charging whatever needs to be done. So this has the power supply, the hub, and it has, like I said, 2 of those little wire adapters. You plug it into the back here, and then 2 outlets come down, 2 grounded outlets come down for each one, so I can plug in other devices if I have to. The laptop I just plug into the 12-volt USB port in the front because it's just a little bit easier instead of pulling the cables out of here. They're right up in here, it's tucked inside this plastic container. Next, of course, I have, as far as the bottom bar is concerned, I have this is the packet TNC cable for the D710. This is an audio cable that comes out of the D710 and into the external speaker. This way I can simply unplug this, plug in a set of headphones, and now I'm good to go. This is a bus bar for grounding. There is these 4 wires or multiples that go inside to different points inside. I don't have it grounded here today, which I probably should have. This is the exact same audio setup for the 857D, so I can unplug this, plug in a set of headphones, and I'm good to go. This is the identical cable as this one. This one here is a programming cable for the D710. Trying to get a cable in there every now and again to program something would be a nightmare, so I just spent the extra $10 or $12, got another cable, hooked it up to the programming port. This one's hooked up to the back of the control head for the TNC, and then when I need to program something, I just simply unplug it here and plug it in there. It works really nicely. The 3 coax, the bulkhead connectors, these are obviously for the 2 radios. This one is for the D710, which is UHF and VHF, and I have that going to, I'll show you that one here, that's going to a dual band roll-up J-pole on a 33-foot mast. This is the 857D's HF and 6, and this is the UHF VHF of the 857D. Inside you can see there is a rig runner. Everything is plugged into that. When I need to run this off a battery, all I simply do is unplug this, plug in the battery into the input here on the rig runner, and I'm good to go. Now this plastic case is one of those old ammo boxes, and this used to hold a small 12 amp hour SLA battery, and I never used it, and it's heavy as Hades. So I went ahead and got rid of that thing, and in my battery box, which is in the camper, is a lithium iron phosphate 20 amp hour battery. So this has turned out to be a pretty good setup. I need to start grounding this. I did make a grounding strap, and I have those 3-foot grounding rods that I could toss into the ground right here if I had to. I don't think they would say anything to me. I got the gazebo, the screen house set up with some stakes in the corner, and I think I'd be okay. Some parks are funny about that. So let me go ahead and swing around front, and we'll do a quick connection. I need to do a quick reply. Let me do a quick reply to the one message I got a few minutes ago, and we'll do a quick Winmor connection. I think I got that peer-to-peer, so I think that's what we'll end up doing. And the station I'll be connecting to peer-to-peer is in Brandywine, down the southern part of Prince George's County, Maryland. So I don't know, it's probably 100 miles away. I don't know for sure. But anyway, I'll get back within a couple minutes here after I type the quick reply, and I'll show you when I hit the send button. Okay, I'm back. I got it all set up. I did a reply. This is going down to Brandywine in Prince George's County, Maryland, and this is going to be a peer-to-peer connection. And what this is going to be is simple Winmor peer-to-peer. I have a Pactor modem, and I can do Vera and stuff like that, but we're working with Winmor here. So let me go ahead and turn this light down this way, and I'll show you around here just a bit. So this is the 857D, and there's the Signalink. Move this down a little bit so you can see here just a tad, and there's the Signalink there. So it's all set up here. I'm going to initiate a quick peer-to-peer session here, and there it is. So we use 3570 in the county, so that's what I'm using here today. I'm obviously out of the county, but it's what we use there in the county. Let me bring this up like that. So let's go ahead and click this, and so as you can see, it's transmitting here. Oh, and it's already connected that fast. I'll move this up here so you can see here a little bit. Well, that was a quick disconnect for some reason. So it's showing a +9. This list is about 10 over. SWRs are nil. So that was pretty quick coming up on the screen there. I don't know if you can, how well you can see that, and I apologize for this. It's not the... So let me get the TNC up here. I forgot about that. Let me check this. Let's see what kind of... So there, now it's sending the message. You got a good connect there, and it's sending the message. When it's being sent, it goes from left to right. It's being received, it goes from right to left, the green bar. So as you can see, the signal to noise ratio here. It's not a big message. It'll tell us here at the end. So there's the MFJ. You can see the power level go up a little bit there on transmit, which is up to amps is probably about 15 at peak, averaging about 10 amps. Let's get something about 15. This is an FT-857D710G external meter. It'll do anything you want. You can set that up inside of the 857D, what is displayed through this port, and you can change it to anything you want. Sometimes this is a little bit easier to read. I wear glasses, and it's a little easier to see the analog meter than it is to watch the digital. So it's almost completed. Total was 1135 and 996 a minute. But like I said, it was a pretty small message. I gotta take all my equipment down because it's supposed to rain tonight, and even though I'm inside this little screen house, I certainly don't want to take the chance of stuff getting wet. So I think I'm gonna take this down and set it up inside the camper. Just run the cables in there. And there we go, all done. So that was a quick little Winmor test, and that's using the antenna I've got strung up in the trees here. It's been a very nice antenna. It's a full-size dipole, so it's a little lengthy. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.